Well, we're here on the loft floor making the fifth mold. Actually, this is the body plan. They call this the body plan. And the molds are on sections, athwartships. So, it's pretty simple to understand, really. There's going to be 13 molds across the boat. I've made 4 of them already, and we're on the 5th one right now. And now what I want to show you is that the lines that we drew on the loft floor right here, the body plan, to the outside of the planking on the boat, right? So we have to make a deduction of the planking thickness to take the shape of the mold itself. So I just take this little block of wood right here, and it's 1.25 inches this way, and I just set it down on the line, on the station line like that. And I just sight down one side, get it right on the line real nice, hold it down nice and tight, and put a line on the inside. That's how I got the lines for all of these nails that you see here. Then what happens is I take, these are like little ring nails, stainless steel ring nails with a fairly thin head. And they work pretty nice. Let me just show you a few little things about putting the nails heads on the lines. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the nails outside of the mold that we're going to make. That way when we cut the mold out to bevel, we can stick it up against the nails and just see how well it fits. And we can make adjustments either by sliding it or by planing it or whatever we want to do to get it to match up to that line. Usually when you cut them out, they just plain match up and that's it. So that's what we're hoping for, actually. Now, putting the heads of the line on the line is not really tricky, but you can't have your thumb or your fingers too close to the head. You'll end up hitting them. So basically, you move it up into place like that, and by rolling it, you can get it 90 degrees to the line. You just roll it a little bit with your thumb. When you see it on the line, you take a hammer and tap it into the line, just like that. And basically what we're going to do is put a piece of wood on top of those nails and then just hit it with a little sledgehammer and transfer, the impression onto the piece of wood that we're trying to do. And the other thing I want to say is that I want it to be 4 inches on the end. So I measured in from the nails 4 inches, and I got this little block of wood right here. And it's 90 degrees, and I'll show you why I've done that. But so I got it 4 inches on the other end. And basically, I'm going to put this piece of wood on there and lower it down and transfer the lines. So I've got it lowered down on top of the nails very carefully, hopefully without moving any of the nails. Now I'm going to stand on it like this just to keep a nice pressure on it, and take a sledgehammer and just tap on it like that. Now, let's pull it up and see what it looks like. But just before I do that, I'm just going to make a mark on the side of it at this diagonal right here. So when I fit it back, I'm going to fit it with that mark on the diagonal line. Let's pick it up and see what it looks like. There's some of the nails stuck right in it, and the other one's just left impressions of the head. So now I'm just going to connect up those dots and sew it. And this is like one of those lead-filled battens, actually. Pretty interesting, really. And they do a nice job for something that you need to do, that's for sure. And now I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to get the curvature on this one. Then I'm going to lift the bevels all the way along. I'll show you how to do that. So all I need this thing to do is cross the center line so that I can put those lines on it after we're done. I'm going to lower it nice and straight down, sighting the block right here. And that's what I want. I want to make sure I just lower it right down nice and straight like that. And there it sits. I got that one sitting on there. I'm going to take my sledgehammer, do the same thing to this one as I did to the other. Now I'm starting to use really the width of this lumber. This stuff is a 2x10, so it's about 9.5 inches wide. 4 inches on each end. It just barely gets onto the heads of the nails right here. But that's okay. Barely is fine. Okay, now let me put a mark on this one right at the diagonal line right here. Like that. That's just a rough spot of the way it goes back down again once I cut it. Now I'm going to lift it up and see how the nails transferred onto the back of it. Look at that. Just like that. So I'm going to take it over and draw that line with the flexible bat. Now the next thing I really need to do is to lift the bevels. And, I always thought that it's pretty darn amazing, actually, that you can go from a drawing like that on the drawing board to a table like this and then lift the bevels on the frames that you drew, every 3 feet. So rather than just cutting the molds out square, we're cutting them to bevel. So what I want to do is just draw on here. I'm just going to put a mark every 8 inches. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer these dimensions off of the loft floor here onto my bevel board. I've made a little bevel board out of here, over here out of a piece of plywood, just 1/4 inch plywood, so it's not heavy and I can just move it around anywhere I want to put it. And basically I'm going to take the bevel right here. And the way you do it is you put your dividers on this station line and go to that station line. Right? And then you transfer that dimension on to your bevel board. Now let me show you how you do that. So this is what they call a bevel board right here. It's just a piece of plywood and it's got a couple of dimensions on it. This is the center line of the plywood right here. And I've measured out 3 feet from there and drawn this line. And I measured out 3 feet from the center line and drew this line right here. The reason why I've done that is 3 feet apart. That's your frame spacing, right? Or your station spacing, on the setup, on the molds here. So then what I've done is I took the dimension from the frame that I want to make to the frame aft of it. So the next thing I'm going to do is transfer that dimension from the loft floor to the bevel board. And I'm not going to use any dimensions whatsoever. I don't have to remember any dimensions, measure it, do anything. I'm just going to take it with a pair of dividers. I have no idea what that dimension is, and I don't need to. So I'm going to pick it up with the dividers, stick it on the floor. No. Okay. Now I'm going to go back over to my loft floor, and I'm going to take the dimension from frame that I'm going to do over to the frame ahead of it, like so. Then I'm going to go over here to the bevel board again, and I'm going to transfer that dimension right over to here. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking a protractor, a little plastic protractor, and I'm slipping it under the batten that we nailed down, or nailed it wrong side, and I'm going to make 0 cross the pencil line as well as the batten right there. So it's sitting right there just like that. And then I'm going to go up here and read the bevel. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 degrees right there. So we're going to go back over to our drawing. And we're going to mark that one 8 degrees. Okay, one more to go. Now we're at the very top. This is our last one of picking the bevel up. And then we'll bring our piece of wood over and just set it right near the line right here and transfer the bevels over onto the piece of wood that we're going to cut onto the frame itself. Now these dimensions that I'm taking between the two sections are being taken at 90 degrees to the frame that I'm trying to get the bevel on. 90 degrees. You could strike a line across there and then do it, but the problem with that is you just end up with so many lines on your loft floor. There really is no need to do it because, you pick this up like that in line with the mark, like this one right here, and you just put it down there like that, It really isn't that much difference if you went like this or like this. So you just approximate 90 degrees, and it's just like that right there. So that's how you take your dimensions. And it's the same as that. So, see what we get now. You might get 7 or 7.5 or something along those lines. You can start anticipating the bevels that you're going to get. 7. Let me just set this right down on here. 10, 9, 8, 7. The only thing is, what I want to do is I want to put those marks over here, right near where I'm sewing. So this is 9, 8, 7, 7. Now we're going to take that to the bandsaw and cut it to progressive bevel along that line that I just drew on there. We're going to do it on a bandsaw right here. I got a little clamp on light here that makes it a lot easier to see the line, and we're going to get started. The first thing I want to do is lighten the thing up. So I'm going to cut a bit of the scrap off before I start trying to follow the line. I'm just going to cut maybe an inch away from the line.
All right, what we got?
All right, we're going to start at 10.
10 to 7.
Yep, that's it. Not much. All right, we've been on 10 degrees so far. And now we're going to go down to 9.5 degrees. Going down to 9 degrees. 8.5 degrees. 8 degrees. 7.5. And 7. All right. So now I've cut it right to bevel. And I'm going to set it down alongside the nails right here. I'm going to line up my mark like I had it before on the diagonal line right there. Set it down. Get it on top of the nails there. Here we go. Like that. Let's see how it fits. Oh, it fits pretty good. Right up against those. Yeah, that's it. I don't even have to adjust that. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gizmo that I've got right here. It's just a piece of plywood with a couple of blocks under it. And it's cut nice and straight 90 degrees to the surface like this, very, very accurately. So I can put it on the diagonal line like so. And just even it right up with those lines. Just like that. It's going to be very accurate here. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can get it. That looks pretty good. So now I'm going to hold it down tight and draw the diagonal line on top of this piece of section here. Now I can go and saw that in the bandsaw. So there's one piece cut to size and shape right there. And we're going to lift the bevels on the bottom piece and then transfer them onto the piece we're going to saw out and then saw it out. 7, 7.5, 10. Fit it up to the nails just like that. And I put it on my mark there. It made a temporary mark where the 4-inch mark is. Yeah, that fits right now. Yeah, just like that. Okay, that's still good, that line. And I cut that, and then we can fit the two pieces up against each other on the diagonal line. Like that. Fits pretty good. Yeah, now we fit the two pieces up against each other on the diagonal line. The whole thing fits pretty good. The only thing we have to do is pick these pieces up and trace them onto the pieces for the other side, right? And that's what we're going to do. And then what's going to happen is we're going to measure down the diagonal to where this thing sits on the diagonal, and then we're going to transfer that on the diagonal on the other side, and then cut those pieces out. And like I said, we're only drawing these sections on one side of the body plan, which is a little different than usual. But we're tracing these pieces out for the other side, and considering that we're ending them right on the diagonal, we can take that dimension down the diagonal, transfer that on the other side, and the whole thing will come out right.